So on the day itself, what's the best advice you can give in the lead up to the event? What should you do in terms of a morning breakfast or liquid intake, or just do what makes you feel good? What's the
Do what you have trained to do. A lot of people might get a bit nervous and either eat more. Again, your carbo loading should have already been happening 4 or 5 days prior to the event. So everything needs to stay as similar to what you trained. So don't now do anything new. You should have already been practicing certain things. Okay, wake up at a certain time. I already know my time for HYROX is going to be between 7. Okay, that's my normal day. I train in the evening already. I am not going to change one thing about what my normal routine is currently, which is my oats in the morning, 4 boiled eggs, and I'm just going to, then my lunch, rice, chicken, whatever. And I'm just going to go, I might have a few more electrolytes, making sure that I've got the salt. Other than that, I keep everything as similar, because you don't want to now shock the body. The body's like, okay, this is different. And now you want to go now do something that's going to exert a whole lot of energy.
So when you turn up to the event itself, there's lots of people. These events are getting massive now.
Yeah.
There's lots of people looking for stuff for Instagram, posing. I guess for the new person, it can probably be a little bit intimidating, especially when you turn up. You see all these beautiful, ripped people who have maybe done it 3 or 4 times.
Thanks, Danny.
And the older gentlemen who are taking part in it. And you all see them. You see them walking about with big bags full of stuff.
No, not big bags. Built by athlete bags.
Built by athletes. That's what you need, isn't it? You need one of them if you're.
I haven't cracked one of those yet.
maybe this time.
They like Crocs.
Yeah.
I'm not buying them.
Don't underestimate Crocs. So, what's the best advice you can give for the actual turning up to the event? If it's your first time there and you're going through the process, what would you say to somebody?
Well, if they're going to go there with people, always have the spectators with you. Be as social as possible. You don't want to be in your head the whole time, quiet and trying to figure out. Because once you see everybody go, you're like, all right, doesn't matter what you are. Like I said, the last HYROX, I knew I was just doing it for fun. But you still get a little bit of those butterflies. You still get that excitement, adrenaline. So no, it doesn't matter if you're just doing it for fun. You still have that a bit of adrenaline. So just calm down, play your music. Don't look too much into everyone else. A lot of people are just focused on themselves anyway. So it's not really that much of a
problem.
So
we're getting close to the start of the event now. You're about to go into the start line. Do you recommend people have an overriding strategy about how they're going to approach the event in terms of pace, time, targets for each exercise, looking at your heart rate, or should you just go and have at it?
So I always now stem back to the training, your program. This should have already been ironed out long before the day of. So like in a half marathon or marathon, if you're going for a personal best or you want to having a certain time, a lot of runners put their time per kilometer on their hands. They write it down. Within 5 kilometers, I want to be at this certain time. Same as for HYROX. You want to know what your pace is every lap, and you don't want to overdo that than what you've done in training already, because then you are going to exert yourself. See, your body only does what it is trained to do. So if you don't train well enough, and then you go and try run faster on the day, push faster, do everything better, bigger, you are going to burn out faster just because your body hasn't been used to that intensity before.
I guess there's a bit of experience here because you will have adrenaline, and adrenaline can carry you so far until it can't.
So that's that first one. Know what your pace is going to be.
Don't go off sprint.
And don't go off and sprint, especially that first one. Straight from the run into ski erg, which is both cardiovascular exercises, your heart rate's going to be up. So you don't want to now overdo it in the first run. Then the ski erg is also elevating your heart rate, but it's you just trying to breathe. It's going to be very uncomfortable for the first 2 exercises of the race.